Welcome to Huntsville, Alabama. There is a ton of neat stuff to do here. There's a lot of NASA heritage, and that's why this place has the nickname of Rocket City.
We're starting our week here in downtown Huntsville. We're in Big Spring International Park. As the name implies, there is a big spring underground here that feeds the lake behind us that you see. There are a bunch of fish and ducks here that the kids have been feeding, and it's just beautiful. All around us there are buildings and museums, and the history behind it is that the founder, John Hunt, settled near here in 1805, and this actually used to be the city's main water supply until the 60s.
It's always nice when we're exploring a new town to just head straight downtown, check out the area, and get a lay of the land.
If you have more time though, check out some of the other things that we mentioned that are around here because there is tons to do. Baby is enjoying it too. It's a beautiful day, though it got a little warm, so we had to take her onesie off and just let her be in her diaper here for a bit, which is crazy because it's just the end of February, but it's really nice. Tomorrow we are headed outside of the city for a little bit to enjoy another piece of nature, but this time underground.
We've driven about 30 miles southeast of Huntsville to Cathedral Caverns State Park. Not the nicest of days, it's raining quite a bit, but it really doesn't matter because we're going underground. The very first thing you notice about Cathedral Caverns when you walk down from the parking lot is the massive entrance. It's 25 feet tall, 126 feet across, and they say it's the largest entrance to a commercial cave in the world. We've been in a number of commercial caves, and this is definitely one of the better ones. It's huge, the formations are impressive, the tour is well done, and it only cost us $58 for our family of 5 since the baby is still free for just about everything. The tour guide did tell me that they can have as many as 80 people on a tour here in the high season, so keep that in mind if you visit during the summer. Next up, we have come to Stovehouse for dinner tonight. It's this really cool, outdoor multi-purpose space with a bunch of restaurants and a brewery, and it's built on the site of the old Martin Stove factory that was originally built way back in 1929.
And we're really excited to try out the restaurants because we're getting pretty hungry. And we also want to find a special place to hang out with good atmosphere. We love places like this, especially for that. But for another big reason tonight, because it is this guy's birthday. It's the big 4-0. So leave some comments below wishing him happy birthday. Let's go celebrate.
Let's eat. you're looking for a place to eat while you're in Huntsville, we would definitely recommend Stovehouse. There's lots of dining options right here, and the brewery is really good. We enjoyed our time here so much that we actually came back a second time while we were staying in the area. We are now headed into the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. It's really cool. They've got all sorts of gigantic rockets on display outside amongst lots of other things to see. This is also the home of Space Camp, where kids can go and build rockets and learn about the whole process. It's really cool. And we're actually in the RV park right next to this facility.
So it took us all of about 2 minutes to get here. Let's go check it out. The U.S. Space and Rocket Center's main museum has all sorts of fascinating exhibits. From historic missions to what's going on today, they really do a great job of keeping it interesting for both kids and adults. Our favorite exhibit in the main building was the replica of the International Space Station. It has mock-ups of 2 modules from the ISS that you can walk through and interact with.
We've come outside here to Shuttle Park, where they have the Space Shuttle. Sans Space Shuttle.
Imagine a space shuttle up on top here, but it is missing the space shuttle up top, and we don't quite know why. But it is still really interesting to see because we've never seen this portion of it before. We've seen a space shuttle on its own in Washington, D.C. We've seen in Houston, as you all also saw, the space shuttle on top of the Boeing 747. So this would have been something completely different because it is the only fully configured STS in the world, I believe. Now we're gonna head over to Rocket Park, and I believe there are at least 27 more missiles and rockets over there to check out.
Lots to see. Sometimes you walk past the most obvious things. There's this big old sign talking about why the space shuttle is not on there, and it's actually this little red frame. I say it's little, it's huge, but this red frame down to the side. They took it off in order to restore it. They've done it before. It's right here on this big sign. We walked right past it. If you have ever been to the Houston Space Center and seen the Saturn V rocket exhibit there, this is just as impressive. In our case, our experience here in Huntsville was even better because, as luck would have it, we basically got a guided tour from one of the docents. He had previously worked for NASA and was an absolute wealth of information. We just finished up in the Davidson Center, which houses the Saturn V rocket that they have here. There's actually 2 of them here. One of them is right behind you all.
But inside here, it's just packed with all sorts of displays and interactive information and models, as well as authentic items from the Apollo era. It's just so interesting. You walk around there for hours and hours, but we got so lucky. I had read that there were guided tours periodically of the center, and so I asked one of the docents if there was any of that going on today, and he said, I don't think so, but I will take you around. And it was spectacular. He said, I'm going to tell you all the things that aren't on the sign.
It was amazing. It was basically like having your own private tour. It was that good. What an experience.
Now we're gonna flip around, and as Kevin said, here's the other Saturn V, and this is Rocket Park starting behind us. We're gonna wander around and see the rest of the rockets and missiles. The kids have just seen one of the rides going here. It is this moonshot tower. We just saw some people going up and down it, and so the kids have volunteered. Kevin.
Time to go to the moon. The Space and Rocket Center was an absolute blast. We had a ton of fun here. It's just really neat, the history of everything.
Huntsville in general has been amazing. We've had a really fun time. We hope you've enjoyed our video and that you get to come here someday yourself. See you on the next adventure.
Bye.